Cool. So up first, I'm on slide 9 in our slide deck. And if you're just joining us, a link to the shared slide is also showing up in the chat. And I'm going to turn it over to Jason to talk about CSTA 2020.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Dan, for the introduction and for getting this all put together. I'm so happy to be here and to see everybody virtually, as it were. Um, I don't know if you've seen the emails, we were super excited to announce actually that we're going virtual for the CSTA National Conference this year. And while it's a bummer to not get together and see everybody face to face, we think we're going to be able to have a lot more people participate this way, as the cost is going to be so much less now for everybody. So the week of July 13th is still the conference. That was the original week, so that hasn't changed. If you already registered for the conference before this all took place, you should have gotten some emails from CSTA National, and you're going to be automatically re-registered for the virtual conference, so you don't have to do anything. But now the conference is only going to cost $125. And if you're a CSTA Plus member, it's only $75. And the cost to be a CSTA Plus member is that $50 difference. So I highly encourage you, if you've been hesitant to become a CSTA Plus member, now's the time to do it, because you'll get the conference cost is the same, and you'll get that year of CSTA Plus benefits, and you'll be able to search those and check those out and see which ones you like to use and be a part of. So really, it's a win-win. In addition to the cost being much lower and no one having to pay for travel and no one having to pay for hotels, we're extending the scholarship application deadline to May 17th. If you previously applied for a scholarship, you don't have to reapply. We already have it, and we're going back through all previously submitted scholarship applications, because we're going to be able to give more scholarships now because our cost is so much reduced. So we're going to be able to scholarship more people. We're hoping more people come and attend and participate. We're still going to have all the great sessions. We sent out emails. I don't know, there's probably people here right now who are presenting at CSTA National this year. Everybody got invited to change their presentation, their session or their workshop, to a virtual session. We had really great feedback from everybody. Most people said that they would like to do that. Of course, the format's a little bit different, but you're still going to get that same quality PD that we were able to provide in the past, and at a much reduced rate. And maybe it'll even be a little bit more fun. We chose a platform, a newer platform, that allows participants in the conference to meet each other kind of randomly, kind of a roulette meetup feature, where you spin the wheel and you get paired up with someone at random, and you get 3 or 4 minutes to talk to them and meet them and see where they're from and see who they are and what they're up to. And then you can spin the wheel again and meet someone else. So we chose this platform because of that capability. All things being equal, we thought it would be fun to kind of create the that this platform recreated the in-person feel better than any of the other platforms. And it's a newer platform, and as you can imagine, they've been getting slammed with requests ever since this started. They've seen their business go way up, and they're super excited and super motivated, and so are we. So I'm really excited to be here to help answer any questions people might have. You can put them in the chat. You can put them in the slides. My email is right there. You can email me directly if you'd like, and I'll get you that answer. There are 2 links on the slide. One is to CSTA-Arizona's page for more information, and one is to the national page that has some frequently asked questions about, if you had already applied, or if you had already registered for this particular workshop, or whatever else. So that's really all I have for everybody.
So Jason, can I ask you so something that's new for a bunch of us is just what a virtual professional development experience feels like. So right now, all I know is just Zoom meetings. We're just on meetings or Google Meet or whatever, and it's this sort of environment. And hearing you talk about this new platform, it doesn't totally feel like that. And so I guess I'm just curious, and we have a little bit extra time dedicated to this. Can you speak a little bit more into, what does a virtual conference feel like? Are we all going to be on just a big Zoom meeting, having someone talk at us, or is CSTA trying to sort of recreate that actual conference feel?
So a little bit of both. It will feel at times like a Zoom meeting where someone's talking at you. The platform's name is Hopin, Hopin. If anybody wants to look them up, you can Google search them, and they actually have demos that are available that you can jump into that are about an hour long, and you can sign up for. And they give a really detailed, for people who are looking to purchase the product. But if you're just curious about what it looks like, I went through one of the demos. And so what happens is you get entered into kind of a big room with everybody, and then there can be some general sessions like keynote speakers, where one person will be speaking. You won't necessarily see everyone's face. You'll see that there are, X number of people in the room at the time, and then there are, you would kind of like breakout rooms. There will be places for you to click and go into your different sessions, and then you can ask to participate in a session where it's almost like, being brought up on stage. You can click a button, and then the presenter then can click to accept you, and then your face can be seen by everybody else that's watching. So it's not necessarily like Zoom where you get to turn your video on and off, or you mute or unmute. There is a chat feature, just it's very similar to Zoom. You can chat with people individually or to the whole group like you can in Zoom. And like I said, that participation feature where you click and then the presenter brings you up on stage to ask you a question face to face, so to speak. And then everybody's watching that interaction. And the presenter can bring people up and then send them back and bring someone else up. So it's interactive in that way. And then it's a little less interactive than Zoom in the sense that you're kind of watching when you're not actively participating.
Awesome, thank you. And then also real quick, just so that it's kind of set out here, the audience for the CSTA conference. We have lots of educators on this call across the whole grade level, elementary and middle school and high school. So what's the audience for the CSTA 2020 conference? I asked this knowing the answer, but
yeah, I mean, this is a K-12 and university fully inclusive conference, where I'm trying to help encourage more K-8 educators to get involved. It seems to we lean to the high school level because of those AP courses, I think, more than anything. But we would love to see more K-8 educators get involved, K-5 band, and the 6th through 8 middle school teachers get involved. We have presentations and speakers that speak to all levels. We have workshops for all levels. So there's a place for everyone, and the chance to get to connect with some K-8 people that aren't at your school and aren't in your state, so you can see what's going on all across the country. And here's another thing: we're marketing international this year since we're virtual. We're going to get some people from across the pond. We're talking to some people in the UK. I have some potential chapters in Egypt and Kenya and Philippines, and I'm trying to get them involved, even though there's a big time difference. So they might be joining us at 2 or 3 in the morning. But we have Canadian chapters in CSTA already who are going to be participating. So we're really excited. It hopefully has an international feel, an all-inclusive K-12 feel, and the target. I'm saying this not hesitantly, but we're hoping that registration goes live this Friday. That's our target date. So you can look for an email Friday explaining the registration process and anything else you need to know.
That's
But
awesome. Thanks so much, Jason.
Oh no, thank you.
Awesome. So again, in our shared slide deck, which is going in the chat again, because you can't have it too much in the chat, we have some notes that kind of showed up on slide number 10. And if you have any other questions, feel free to either type them into the slide itself. Jason's email is up there, or in the chat as well.